And blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today I am out here in the garden once more again. Like I said, where else would I be, guys, but in the garden? Like I said, this is pretty much my 9 to 5. So anytime you're looking for me, I am going to be in the garden, coming up with different kind of ways how to bring edification to you guys. Okay, and so today I am in a spot that I freshly cultivated, guys. Now I am supposed to take you all on showing you all how I'm making these new rows here in the garden. I did the video and you wouldn't believe what happened. I lost the footage. I only have a little snip of footage of where I was making the rows, and I said to my wife, you know what, I made you guys a promise. I made you all a promise, and I have to keep up with my end of the bargain, guys. And that is coming back out here and redoing this video, not so much for me, but for you guys. Okay. So before you go ahead and start making your rows, one of the things that you want to make sure that you do is come on in. And like I said, making sure that your ground is cultivated, guys. You're not going to be able to make a row with soil that is not worked. Okay, so make sure that your soil is worked, just like you see here, real nice and loose and fluffy. Now, this soil that we are working with right here is sandy loam soil, which have sand and clay mixed in it. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do right now is pretty much go over the tools that you're going to need to make your row. So come on along down, we'll talk a little bit more about the tools. Okay guys, and so here we are with the tools that we're going to need to make the rows. Now this right here is a leveler that I am actually using, not so much to make sure that my rows are level, but it is a 4-foot long leveler. And so instead of me using my tape measurement, because yes, you can use your tape measurement as well to make sure that you have the right width of your row. All right, so this right here is my leveler, 4 feet wide. And so what I am going to pretty much do is put this leveler right here at the end of this row right here, guys. Okay, now another thing that you're also going to need is your stake. Okay, as you all know, I don't really go out to the store and just buy stake. I make my own. Okay, and so that's what I have right here is some stakes. And what I'm going to do is pretty much put this stake right here at the end of this leveler right here, and I'm going to push it down. The ground is actually pretty nice and soft, but if it's not soft wherever you are, you may want a heavy blow hammer, a mallet, or something like that to tap your stake down in the ground. Okay, just like that. And also what you're also going to need is some string, guys. You're going to need some string. Now what that string is for, to make sure that you're having a real nice straight line all the way down, so that way your rows is not ziggy-zaggy like that. All right, so I'm just gonna throw that piece down there. Okay, and so what I'm going to do right now is take this leveler on down to the other end and do the same thing down there, guys. All right. Okay, and so I am down at the other side, and I'm just pretty much repeating what I did up top. Now, just going to get my other stake and put down here right at the edge of the leveler right here, guys. And I'm just going to tap that in just like that. And be careful, watch your hands while you're swinging this right here, because you don't want that to hit your fingers. All right, so what I'm going to do now, because my rows are going to be, my walkway is going to be 2 feet wide. So half of this leveler right here is 2 feet, guys, and this right inside of here is the middle. So what I'm going to do now is put the end of my leveler right here. And say if you didn't have a leveler, you're not using a leveler, you do the same thing with a tape measurement, guys. All right. So what I'm going to do now is pretty much put this stake right in the middle of my leveler and drive it home. Just like that. I'm going to go on up to the other side and repeat the same thing, guys. And you also want to make sure that your string is real nice and tight while you're putting it in the ground or putting your stake in the ground. Make sure your string is nice and tight. Okay, and that's it right there. So now what I am going to go ahead and do right now, guys, is just get to shoveling some dirt. That is the fun part, is shoveling the dirt. Now, the reason why I am making my rows here 2 feet wide, now if you all know and you all have been watching this channel for quite a while, you know that a lot of the produce that we grow here, guys, on the homestead, the size is just, I would not say normal, because it is normal. I mean, of course, if you feed the plants, they're going to do exactly what you want them to do, and that is grow. So I am making my walkway here 2 feet wide so I can leave some room for my feet to go down the rows, guys. I have the other garden in the middle. Speaking of 2 feet wide walk space, right now I can barely get through. Okay, I can barely get through, but I am making do with those little walk space there, guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead now and get to shoveling some dirt. Now, you want to get a real nice shovel that got a little bit of weight to it. For me, well, now it all depends on your strength. For me, a shovel with a little bit of weight worked just right for me, because it don't take much for me to chop into the dirt just like that. Now, what I'm doing while I am chopping in the dirt, guys, is I am just barely hitting my shovel next to the string, okay? Right next to the string, just like that. And I'm going to come on over to the other side and do the same exact thing, just like that, just hitting it. And what I am doing right now is pretty much just cutting the row, so that way when I get ready to shovel the dirt, it's already a guide in the dirt for me, okay? And so pretty much the dirt that is in my walkway, I am pretty much just throwing all that dirt back over into the row, okay? And that is what's going to build my row up to the height that I needed. All right. And one other thing that you want to make sure as well, while you are moving all this dirt, guys, is that you are using the proper technique moving all this dirt, okay? Because the last thing that you want is to end up with back pains. All right, so just making sure you use the proper technique, and that is bending your knees and just making sure that the shovel is comfortable in your hand, whichever way you like to hold it. All right, so what I was talking about, cutting the row with the shovel, if you can see right here how that row is pretty much clean. and that is because of chopping it with the shovels, guys. All right, so I'll do another quick demonstration here, just like that. And sometimes you want to be careful not to hit the string. And also, while you are making your rows, you'll come across any stones, get those on out of the garden. There's not any benefit for having stones in the garden, guys. All right. And I'm going to tell you all something here as well. This sandy loam soil, it would be nice if I had sandy loam soil all throughout my garden. This soil is just, I'm telling you, what would you say, A1? It is A1. I absolutely love it. Now, this sandy loam soil, guys, the color was not always this texture right here that you're looking at. This texture came about from over the years of coming in, adding in chicken manure, and also a little bit of goat manure down here. Okay, so that's where that texture comes from, and it just grows stuff real good, and it also helps your soil to drain even better than that clay, guys. Okay, that is why I said I kind of pray that this whole garden was sandy loam soil. Okay, but what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and knock out a little bit of this right here, and when I get close down to the end, stay tuned. I will see you all shortly. Okay, guys, and so now that I am down to the end, I'm just pretty much getting that soil all the way to the end. Now what I'm going to do with any excess soil, I'm just going to spread it on out, just like that, on top of the other side. Okay, spreading it out just like that, guys. All right, now what I'm going to do right now that I have this row right here completed, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come all the way down here, because I guess I'm right-handed, and I'm just going to go ahead now and pat the sides. So I'm just patting the sides, and what that's going to do is pretty much keep the soil from just breaking away. So if the rain comes and water hits it, what will tend to happen, these banks, they'll start falling over like that, just like that. If you see that, okay, they'll fall over just like that. So that is why I come in and give that side a real nice pat, just like that, and I will come on in and do the same for the other side. And what I would do now, just to make sure my rows is clean, come on in, any excess dirt, just throw that back up on the mound. All right, I'm telling you guys, just even shoveling, looking at this soil all the way down, it's like all that organic matter that I put in is even all the way down to the bottom of this row right here, or this walkway. Now, what I'm going to do is, if you can notice on top of the row, how it is very wavy. You know, it's just not neat. Okay, what I'm going to do now is come on in with my rake, and I'm just going to level out the top of these rows, guys, just to give it a real nice finishing touch. Okay, just going to level that on up just like that. And I am telling you, top of these rows, they are, or these rows rather, they are pretty high. Leveling that on now. Okay, guys, and so that is it right there. And I seen this somewhere the other day. Okay, guys, and so that is it. I hope you all enjoyed my little soil bay. You know, just having a little fun in the garden, guys. That's all it is, just a little fun. Because when you come out here and you work like you do, you have to make things fun in the garden at times, because you just coming out here playing in the dirt and going, trust me, it's work. So you have to make a little bit of fun out of it at times. So as you all see how we went about getting this row constructed, and like I said, I just had to come on in and finish up this row because I made you all a promise that I was going to go ahead and do so. All right, but pretty much that is it right there. One of the things is, I pray that you all took something away from this right here. It's not necessarily that you have to even make raised beds like this right here, but even if you're going to make no-till beds, it's the same method. It's just that you would be putting your topsoil or whatever it is on the ground. But if you're going to make a no-till bed, I would recommend you cultivating the bottom of the ground first, then put your organic matter on top, because what that will do for you, it will help your roots to get down into the soil a whole lot better, and they won't struggle once they hit that ground. All right, but nonetheless, that is it right there. And as always, as you all know, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And I am praying that you all are having a happy gardening season. Okay, so far things is going here in the garden. Stay tuned, because what we want to go ahead and do is bring you all a garden update before everything start to grow crazy. All right, guys, remember, keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be cheerful, and also be blessed. Be blessed. All right, you like the content you all got here today, throw that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Have a blessed day.